Hey guys, it's that Dividend guy coming at you with another dividend investing video. Hopefully everybody had a GGD, a great green day in the market. Hopefully everybody made some money, made some good trades, and accumulated some extra green. I always wish the best for my viewers and subscribers. And speaking of subscribers, guys, we are super close to hitting 400 subscribers on the channel. That's insane. The fact that I've built up such a big family and a big following, 400 people is a lot. Like, I know that's not like 40,000, but think about like 400 people at your house. That's pretty significant. And we also hit 25,000 views. That's awesome. I'm just super excited and super grateful. I just want to let you guys know that it's super unexpected, and I'm just gonna keep putting out content, keep pushing forward. But I think it is really cool. I'm excited to hit 500. But with that being said, let's take a look at how the overall portfolio did today. Take a look at the individual holdings and the tweaks that I've made to the watch list. So first of all, today we're up about, say, like $150. The week we're up $19. The month we're up 604. 3 month mark we're up 13, almost 1400. For the year we're up 2400, and all time we're up 2085 or 10.19%. Take a look at Realty Income, a dividend aristocrat that pays monthly. We have 15 shares. Market value is $934.65. Average cost is $45.38. 4.15% of the portfolio is in Realty Income stock. Today we're up $17.85. Total we're up $253.95, up 37.31% on Realty Income. Then we have a Dividend King and Altria. We have 148 shares, $6,535.68 is our market value. Average cost is $43.84, so we're up a little bit on this position. About 29% of the portfolio is in Altria. That will be going down significantly as I add more positions. This is a dividend efficient stock, which means that when it pays, I can buy more. And at 44, not quite enough to have 3 shares, but I do have enough to buy 2 shares forever, so it's still great. That's the whole goal of the portfolio, is to have enough of an investment to buy itself multiple times. So I still fit the the philosophy still works. But today we're up $103.60. Total we're up $47.26, and it's the first time that we've been up on Altria in a while. But as I said, that 29% is going to go down significantly. This is just one of the more efficient stocks that I've found on the market that I can put enough in, enough cash in to reinvest into itself, and it has status. Next is Coca-Cola. They are my next goal for this set of months. I want to be dividend efficient in Coca-Cola, which means every time that Coca-Cola pays me, it buys itself. That's the goal for every stock, but some are more efficient than others. Coca-Cola is about $5,000 to $5,200 at the current price, or around my average cost. It's about $5,000. So we have 20 shares of Coca-Cola at $960 is our market value. Average cost is $51.26. 4.26% of the portfolio is in Coca-Cola. They are my favorite stock of all time. Today we're up $14.40. Total we're down $65.30, down 6.37%. And the thing is, I'm okay with being down on Coca-Cola because that's a great cost down average opportunity on a phenomenal Dividend King. So I'm happy that Coca-Cola is down. Next, we have another King in FRT. We only have 1 share on this Dividend King. $81.93 is our market value. Our average cost is $113.40. It's 0.36% of the portfolio. Today we're up $1.61. Total we're down $31.47, down about 28% on FRT. Then we're on to the next set of months with Lowe's, a Dividend King. We have 2 shares. Market value is $332 even. Average cost is $100.86. We're up about $66 per share, $65 per share, which is phenomenal. 1.47% of the portfolio is in Lowe's. Today we're up $8.56 or 2.65%. Total we're up $130.28, or we're up almost 65% on Lowe's, which is phenomenal. The issue with Lowe's, though, is that it ran up so high that I refuse to go up $60 per share. So I'm going to wait till it kind of comes back down to earth or closer. The price I would be comfortable buying it at would be probably about 105 to 109. Next, we have AT&T, a dividend aristocrat, below $30. We have 71 shares, so we are dividend deficient in the stock. Market value is 2128.58, so a little over 2 grand in the stock. Average cost is 30.93, so a small cost down average opportunity here. 9.4% of the portfolio is in AT&T. That will be going down as well, but I do want to keep AT&T a pretty big position in the portfolio because it's very easy to be dividend deficient in this stock. You need about 60 shares right now, so I can buy about 20 to 22 shares every time I transfer money over, and that means that before the end of the year, I could have another share of AT&T every single month that it pays. So right now, I'm focused on the efficiency of the stock, and what I mean by that is how much money I need to put into it for the stock to buy itself again. And AT&T versus something like Colgate, which will take like 12k, or Procter Gamble, PG, takes like $14,000. So AT&T is just a better bet at about 2 grand. So it's just more efficient. And the thing is, once I get efficient enough in AT&T where I can buy, 2 to 5 shares, then I'll be able to buy something like a Colgate or a Procter and Gamble every single month and buy a better status stock, as in a king versus an aristocrat. So instead of an AT&T buying 5 shares of itself, I could buy maybe 3 shares of AT&T and then buy a share Procter and Gamble as well. That's really the goal here. So we are dividend deficient at 71 shares. And today we're up 20.59. Total, we're down 67.19. Again, a great cost down average opportunity on a quality dividend aristocrat. Then we have AbbVie. This one shot like a rocket. They are a dividend aristocrat. I think some people consider them a king because they spun off of Abbott Labs, and they are a dividend king. But we have 60 shares of AbbVie. Market value is $5,670. Average cost is $72.22. 25% of the portfolio is in AbbVie. Just like I said with Altria, with more buys, this will go down. And I'm looking at buying more AT&T, so I wouldn't be surprised to see AT&T in like the 25% mark and have this go down. It was just I got in at a really good price, and I figured I'd ride the wave up, and I'd cash in that dividend. So from here on out, AbbVie's dividends are actually funding my AT&T efficiency, which is phenomenal. So instead of buying one share with just the efficiency of AT&T itself, I can now buy 2 shares with AbbVie paying me $70.80 as long as the company AT&T stays below $32 a share. I have that locked in. I have 3 shares of AT&T off of interest that my money accrues, which is phenomenal. So today we're down 21.60. Not really worried about it. I'm not planning on buying unless the stock drops 20 bucks. Total, we're up 1336.64, up 30.85. So again, up really big on AbbVie, but the cool part is I have that dividend locked in at my price. I have a great yield. It pays me $70.80, which gives me 2 shares of AT&T every time it pays, because I'm not really willing to buy shares of AbbVie this high up. I was dividend deficient, around dividend deficient with the extra cash from AT&T and Realty Income with Lowe's added as well. I was dividend deficient in AbbVie, but since it has gone up like a rocket ship, I'm no longer dividend deficient. So I decided, instead of adding shares and increasing my average cost by that much, I would much rather just pour the money into AT&T. It just seems more efficient to me. So next, we're on to 36912 with Target. This is the same issue that I had with, say, Lowe's. It shot up after I bought it. So we have 10 shares. It's Dividend King. $1,530.60 is our market value. Our average cost is $87.68, so we're up pretty big on Target as well. About 6.8% of the portfolio is in Target stock. Today, we're down $570. Total return, we're up $653.82, up 74.57%, and they are paying me a dividend next month, which is phenomenal. Next, we have J&J, another dividend king. We have 2 shares of J&J. Market value is $303.80. Our average cost is $135.79. 1.35% of the portfolio is in J&J. This is going to be one of those really heavy hitters when I have enough cash to really pour into it. This is, when I was talking about efficiency, this is what I meant. There's another stock that I'll go over later, but right now the plan is to pour money into Coca-Cola, AT&T, and another stock that pays this month through 6912, but it's not J&J. J&J is in my top 5 favorite stocks of all time. I think they're a wonderful company. They're very diversified. I think they can weather any storm. I'm very bullish on J&J. I love the company. The problem is the efficiency that it takes for the amount of dividends to be efficient in the stock. So it takes a lot of money, and I would much rather focus on something that I can get efficient faster. So eventually I'll be able to buy stocks like J&J. But there's 1.35% of the portfolio is in J&J, so a very small position that will grow over time. Today we're up 30 cents. Total we're up 32.22 or 11.86%. On 2 shares, that's a really good return. Next, we have another dividend king with 3M. So we have 2 shares, market value is $324.20, average cost is $147.28, so we're pretty nice on 3M stock. Today we're up 1.44%. 3M takes up 1.44% of the portfolio, excuse me. Today we're up 78 cents, up 0.24%. Total, we're up almost $30 on 2 shares. That's phenomenal, up 10.07%. And they should have a dividend coming in. They just haven't announced it for that month yet. Then we have another stock that is very close to king status. I believe within the next 5 to 7 years, Walgreens will be a dividend king. So they're an aristocrat right now. We have 6 shares. Market value is $238.74. Our average cost is $39.92. 1.06% of the portfolio is in Walgreens. Today we're up 198. Total we're down about 75 cents. We do have a nice dividend coming in from Walgreens, $2.81, which will help us buy another stock. ExxonMobil, a dividend aristocrat that's paid, I believe, 36 or 37 years consecutively. We have 84 shares. Market value is $34.65. Average cost is $53.20. 15.37% of the portfolio is an ExxonMobil stock. That's going to go way down. I'm a fan of ExxonMobil. I like them more than Chevron. I like the dividend increase history. I'm bullish on the company, but I don't want to have that much of the portfolio in oil. My key target is about 5% per stock, unless it's one of my top 5 favorites, and then I would be willing to go further than that. But today we are up $20.16, up 0.59%. Total, we're down over $1,000, down 22.47% on ExxonMobil. Now, I'm not worried about it. I am actually dividend deficient in the stock, but as I said, I'm going for efficiency from here on out. So I'm not going to be focused on my bigger positions, as in the ones that I'm dividend deficient in are going to pour money into the ones that I want. Like my next selection for that set of months, that's where the money's going to go. So when I get paid a dividend from Coca-Cola, from Altria, it's going into Coca-Cola stock. When I get paid a dividend from AbbVie, it's going to be going into AT&T stock. And then next, when I get paid a dividend from, say, ExxonMobil, it's going into Aflac stock. So they're my next set. They're my next set stock for this set of months. So this is my goal, is to be dividend efficient. Before the end of the year, I want to be dividend efficient in Coca-Cola. I want to be dividend efficient even more in AT&T, and then I want to be dividend efficient in Aflac. So what that means is when I transfer my $1,000, I'm buying one of those 3 stocks because I'm bullish on all 3. I've done extensive research on each individual company, and I want those. I want them to be bigger. So when I get a dividend, I'm going to put it into those stocks, and when I transfer money into it, I'm going to buy the ex-dividend date of that particular stock as well. So the goal is to be dividend efficient in 3 more stocks before the end of next year. So that's going to be where the money's going. Not because I'm not a fan of other stocks, because I really am, but I just really want to add more dividend efficiency to the portfolio because it makes me feel better and more secure as an investor to have stocks paying for themselves. So eventually, I'm going to be dividend efficient in Altria, Coca-Cola, AT&T, AbbVie. I'm going to be dividend efficient in ExxonMobil and Aflac. So I'll be dividend efficient in 6 or 7 stocks before the end of 2021, which I think is phenomenal. I think that's a great goal. Dividend efficiency should be everybody's goal. And here's the thing, guys. The reason I get so hyped up about being efficient is because I'm 24, turning 25 in November. A lot of people don't invest outside of their 401k, but I'm going to be dividend efficient in 6 stocks by the time I'm 26. So if I can add at least 1 a year, 1 or 2 a year to be dividend efficient that have the status of growing, that means that every time that they increase their dividend, I'm actually getting paid while I'm already efficient. So they're just gonna, you see what I mean? So it builds up more and more every year, and eventually I'll be dividend efficient with the amount of increases I've gotten for just holding the stock while it was efficient. You see what I'm saying? So it all just compounds and it builds upon itself. It's wonderful. So that's the goal. Is I'm going to be dividend efficient in Coca-Cola, in AT&T, and in Aflac by the end of 2021. Right now, that's my time horizon. I believe I will be dividend efficient in Coca-Cola by Christmas of next year. So I'll cut Coca-Cola kind of close because of the way that their payouts go, but I will be dividend efficient in those three names before the end of next year. Next, we have the watch list, which I may add here or there. If I add like $1,100 or something like that, I might add a new position. There's a lot of stocks that I'm looking at though. So Leggett and Platt, I'll just go through the watch list real quick and tell you whether I'd buy the stock at this current price. So at 38.44 with a 52-week high of 55.42, I would buy Leggett and Platt here, and it is very close to Dividend King status. It's just like Walgreens. Just a few years, I think like something like 8 years for Leggett and Platt, I believe, and it's dividend efficient. So by the time I'm like 34, I'll have it. Cisco Systems, another dividend. They are a Dividend King. 59, definitely buying it there. PepsiCo at 137, not touching it with a 10-foot pole. It's not low enough for me. Kimberly-Clark at 157, not low enough for me either. Colgate at 78. I know the 52-week high says 79. I would be willing to go into Colgate if it was lower. But here's the thing. I am okay with buying Colgate because I can buy 10 shares with my grand that I usually transfer over for the month. And I can replicate that, so I wouldn't be super worried. But Colgate takes a lot more money to be dividend efficient in than AT&T does, so that's why I decided to go for AT&T. But I would buy Colgate at these prices. Same with Procter Gamble at 38. I know that's its 52-week high, but I'd probably only be buying like 6 shares, so I'm okay with with opening a position that I could easily copy. So like the next month, I could put another 1,000 in and buy, say, if it's at the 52-week high now, unless it breaks it, I'm gonna buy lower, right? So I just make sure that when I open a position, it's one that I can easily replicate the next time I'm set to buy the stock. So I definitely will be buying some Procter & Gamble. It's a household quality name. It's a Dividend King. I want it in my portfolio. Next, Caterpillar, a Dividend Aristocrat at 141. Not buying it here too close to the 52-week high. I go for $15 of safety, and right now it's only about $8 and some change, so not quite enough for me. Needed to go down about $10 more, about 130 or like 128 I would be comfortable with, but not quite at 141. Essex Property Group, I have this one memorized because I've watched it for so long. This is my apartment REIT. It's a Dividend Aristocrat at 209. It is a steal. 52-week high is 334.16, so you have a lot of upside in the stock. So not only do you have upside in the appreciation because it's down like nearly $100. No, it is actually down $100 because it's 334. Yeah, so at 234 you'd have $100 upside per share. So you have an upside of over $100 per share, plus you get the Dividend Aristocrat status. So I might break my rule on AT&T and actually buy Essex Property Trust because I want more real estate in the portfolio, but I could always add it, next year or the year after. But definitely 209, it is a steal. Next, Clorox at 223. Close, not quite enough for $15 yet, but it is a quality company. And like I said, when I initiate a position, I never initiate in a way that I can't replicate it. So I'd be comfortable buying Clorox. I think it's a phenomenal company, and it's got a very wide array of brands. Like they own like Hidden Valley Ranch and Burt's Bees as well. I know everybody knows it for the Clorox label for the brand, but they own a lot of stuff. So I definitely would want to add them to the portfolio, but nothing that I couldn't do the next month or reciprocate or copy the next time I purchase the stock. Next, Black Hills. So I switched out Consolidated Edison because I like the idea of owning the stock that powers New York City, but I kind of like a homegrown stock instead. Black Hills actually services the Midwest of the United States, and I live in Iowa, so and it's more diversified. So not only does it do electric utilities, gas utilities, power generation, mining, and other and corporate and other, the electric utility segment generates, transmits, distributes electricity in South Dakota, Wyoming, Colorado, and Montana. So that covers 4 states for the electric utility sector. Then it distributes electricity, and it does gas to the states of Arkansas, Colorado, Iowa, which is where I live, Kansas, Nebraska, and Wyoming. So they relatively cover the Midwest states. And since I'm from Iowa, I wanted to own a utility that operated in Iowa. And I actually found this stock watching videos on YouTube. And I looked into the financials. I really do like them. I like the dividend growth. And I like it better as an energy play due to the diversification of what it offers. But at 57.50, definitely buying it here. $30 of upside in the stock. McDonald's at 212, not enough upside for me to buy it, but I would initiate a position that I could easily um, replicate. Next, we're on to the growth stock part of the portfolio. So this is the end of the dividend portion, but most of the stocks I would buy simply so I started a position and then I would, keep doing that, but never do anything that I couldn't afford. So I'm not going to put more money in than I can actually, take on. But we're going to jump into the growth stock part of the portfolio now with Warner Music Group. So I like them because they own the catalogs of Ed Sheeran, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Shinedown, Van Halen. They have so many acts. Prince. Uh, and the reason I like them, I've looked into other music stocks, and what I mean by that is live entertainment, which is like a concert and venue type stock. And I've also looked into Spotify, which is the largest streaming platform in the world, I believe. I've also looked into Pandora, another streaming site. Thing is, I would much rather own an artist catalog that I love, and just the few names that I said. They also own like Nickelback and Skillet and Cardi B, and they own a lot of artists, and I would much rather own the catalog or the company that owns a catalog of artists that I enjoy, of a lot of the artists that I enjoy, versus the streaming service and a live um, a concert, like a live venue type stock, because something like the coronavirus. Because here's the thing, guys. When you people stream music regardless. So Spotify, I'm bullish on it, but I don't like being exposed to the negative side of live entertainment. And so this way, I make money regardless because whether you're at home or you're, whatever you're doing in your life, these artists are still making music. They're still playing on the radio. Their songs are still being used in movies. They're still making music videos. See what I mean? I would much rather own the rights to music that get distributed than own the rights to a concert venue that's not going to be used due to a virus, or own the popular streaming service now that might not be popular in 5 to 10 years. Here's the thing: with Warner Music Group, you own timeless music. You own acts that like I've listened to since I was young, but like I know a lot of people grew up with a lot of the artists on that roster, and they have artists that are well established that I think will be making music for years. And even if they don't, like Ed Sheeran's had like the one of the top 5 songs of the year for the past like 3 years. Cardi B has a hit like every 2 days. You know what I mean? Like they have a wide array of artists that really do well, and I want to own the catalogs of artists like that. So this is just my way of getting a little bit of what I love, um, music, into my stock portfolio. So at 3010, I wouldn't normally buy it, but I will simply because I want it in the portfolio. Then we have Apple, one of my favorite tech stock. I'm not going to touch this. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. It's 11:18. I woke up early today, though, so sorry for the yawn. But I'm not going to touch Apple until after the stock split. But I'm definitely buying it. Next, we have Disney, my favorite entertainment company in the world. Um, at 130, I definitely would buy it because it's got $23 of upside. Then Facebook, I added them again. I got rid of Tesla. I will buy Tesla eventually, but I need to consider waiting until the stock split as well, just like Apple. At 271, I'm not buying Facebook quite yet. And then I looked at Rocket Mortgage, but I'm not sure. I'm looking to Rocket Mortgage because of the diversification with Quicken Loans and all the other businesses that they own. But I'm still kind of leaning towards Airbnb. So this is another opportunity for the real estate play. Rocket Mortgage for a growth stock, getting into mortgages and insurance, but I'm not quite sure. I do like RKT, but I don't know if I'm gonna like it more than Airbnb. So I might do a video on RKT. If you want to see that, let me know down in the comments below. I've done some individual stock analysis, but I don't do a lot of it on the channel, which I can. I know how to. I've done it for the stocks that I'm looking into. I just don't publicly, make those videos. Not yet anyway, because there hasn't been a demand on the channel for it. But if you guys want me to jump in and kind of do a quick overview of Rocket Mortgage, or excuse me, Rocket Companies, I totally will. I just thought it would be a possible option instead of Airbnb in case I changed my mind. But I do like the array of growth companies that I have. So I do have music, I have tech, I have entertainment, and I have social media, which I think is very important. And then I want a real estate play as well for the last one. And here's the thing, guys, it doesn't have to be stuck on 5 companies. I will add something like Tesla, maybe even Lemonade to the portfolio for the growth side. I'm just trying to stick to 5 companies right now because I'm trying to keep the portfolio around 30 stocks, but I wouldn't be against having like another 5 growth stocks, maybe like a Tesla, a Berkshire, a Microsoft, like just household names. I'm open to adding more growth to the portfolio, but the overall allocation, I want it to stay 50% in growth stocks, dividend growth stocks, which it definitely is right now. So 50% in Kings. I want 25% in aristocrat slash real estate, because every aristocrat that I have is at least, every real estate stock that I have is at least an aristocrat, and then I want 25% towards growth. So anyways, guys, that will finish it up for the video today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. You're responsible for your own mistakes in the market, but I'm just happy here sharing my investment journey. Remember, guys, if you're a fan of the portfolio or Tesla or any of the companies that I cover or talk about on the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I've been trying to do an array of content, from the portfolio updates to Tesla videos to moves Warren Buffett's doing to growth stocks that I'm looking into like Warner and Airbnb. So I'm trying to give you guys more content and trying to be as consistent as I can until I get back to work. So if you guys enjoy um, progression and growth and whatnot, please hit the subscribe button. I'm very excited. We're super close to 400 subscribers. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you tomorrow in another portfolio update. Take care.